Okay, Ben, we are back from break, and what you got? Jim, would you mind closing that door? Oh, I'm sorry, Jay's gone.
The only thing I got, just an FYI, the new shop truck is in. We got that last week.
The what now?
The shop truck, service truck.
Oh, you did?
Yep, that come in last week, and so did the new dump bed on the last dump truck that we ordered. That's in and on. So we did receive those.
Okay.
And the crane's got its first big project. It's got the front half of the loader hanging on it. We had to split the loader, and it's worked out really well. I'm glad glad we have it. So, but that's all I have for business for you guys that I remember. Unless you guys have anything else for me.
Anything for Ben? Anyone? I guess you're done then.
Okay.
I want to have Ben stick around though because of that. I think this gentleman's here to talk about County Road 20.
You could do that.
I want to make sure that we have Ben here for that.
We'll see how time goes. Yeah. Susan, I forgot to tell you, Ann Forte, I put her on at 10:15 for a little discussion.
Oh,
Yeah. We didn't have a slot. It won't take long, she promises. So,
yeah, she brought the books
Yes.
on Friday.
yeah, 10:40. Well, let's see. We do have a little time. What else we got? 2024 R11 resolution adopting capital improvement plan.
Yes, this is the lighted monies that we receive. We have to do a plan every 2 years. I had given you a red line version of it with different things, but I didn't hear anything back from anybody, so I
The one you suggested, right?
unredlined it.
Yeah.
Are you good with that? I guess we are. Huh? Don't think we want to turn the money down.
Right? Nope.
Yeah, I think that's entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve Resolution 2024-R-11 to adopt the capital improvement plan.
I will second.
All right, motion and a second on the floor. Are there any additional comments or questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carries.
I know one thing that isn't on here, because it came later, is, and I don't think it will take, well, I don't know. The letter for you guys to be, what is it called? To show support for the INDOT Kendallville, Noble County. I think you sent it to me.
Oh, Noble County.
And I said I'd put it on your letterhead if, because you guys were going to be in support. But wait a minute, is that what that gentleman's here for?
Yeah, and that's what I want Ben to weigh in on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's jump right into that since you brought that up.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. We got 11:30. We got to 11:30.
Okay.
You want to step
10:30.
up and
Good morning. I'm here on behalf of Noble County and the city of Condoville. They had petitioned NDOT to Camera Road and County Road 20 through the county and the city. They had petitioned NDOT to change that reclassification to a major collector. They're seeking to use federal funds at some point in the future. The response we got from NDOT indicated that if DeKalb County, the request can't end at a county line road. So if DeKalb County would be supportive of reclassifying County Road 20 from County Line to State Road 327, then the request could be approved. And I wanted to bring up to you that there's no commitment by supporting this reclassification. There's no financial commitment, no any type of commitment at all. Even you don't even have to do anything to the road. It can stay as is. All it is basically requesting for the classification to be upgraded from, I think it's a local to a major collector. As far as, and then at some point, if the county ever decided to do anything to County Road 20, it would be eligible for federal funds through NDOT.
Okay, is there any plan on Noble County redoing the County Line Road? Because it's getting really bad.
That I do not know. I have not had any discussions with Zach about that.
I would hope that would be part of moving forward to improve that road before they do this.
Well, the main emphasis of this is for the city of Kendallville to make improvements to Camera Road, which is between US 6 and I believe Allen Chapel or County Road 1000. That's within the city limits.
What's your comments on this, Ben? What's your thoughts?
Well, I'm a little disappointed. I've spoke to Jay probably at least 3 times before, and that's not been mentioned in the letter that was sent to you guys. I find that a little concerning. Meaning I did contact NERC, Dan Avery, Northeast Regional Coordinating Council on this, along with him. Pled my concerns and with him, with Jay, and from Dan Avery and myself, and I thought this was done. I did not know anything about this coming today. My recommendation to Kendallville and Noble County is to take their road to the county line back south to US 6. County Road 20 is a rural county road. 5 years ago, it was still gravel. There's peat on that road, there's hills on that road, the ditches are right up next to it. When we go through and reclassify this road, just to reclassify it to join the county, I understand what he's saying, because they do like to see joining counties match their corridors together. I don't know why they could not go south to US 6. I don't know why that can't happen. It should be able to. With us improving that road, that's going to change the functional classification of that from local to, was he want a major or minor collector?
Major collector.
Major collector. That road, well, in my opinion, does not support that. You know, you take the traffic counts on that road, they're very low. The condition of that road, there's very little residents on it. There is no reason why DeKalb County should look at reclassifying that road at this point. I feel it opens us up for more liability. That road is not to a major collector standard.
Can you explain a little bit for everybody how the liability would work on that?
If there's ever an accident or something that can happen on that road, if they go back and research that, okay, this road is a major collector. Why is this road just a
It
gravel?
wasn't engineered to major collector standard.
No, it's not. That road's barely 20 foot wide. I'm afraid by doing this, if push come to shove, we will be looking at totally reconstructing that road to make it a major road criteria. And granted, we can go after federal funds, but what's going to support that? We've got a mile of road that's going between county line and 327 that's just got farms on it.
Yeah.
It's no major collector. That's why I said it just makes no sense to me to change the classification on it.
Well, and there again, if we have to reconstruct that road, is like you say, the grant, federal grant is not guaranteed.
It's not.
And it's a whole different situation than we had on 56 that was a major connector.
I just got concerns with that. I expressed that with Jay in the past, and I thought we was in agreement on that, but
City of Kendallville received that response and they asked me to approach the commissioners. So I like I said, I'm just here to present what was told to the City of Kendallville by NDOT and to see if the county was supportive of it.
Well, I brought this to you guys back when Jay originally talked. I could go through my notes and find the days, but I brought this up to you guys in the past and explained to you. So he was aware of it. I could find it in my notes.
I didn't remember it.
Yeah, I know Ben and I had spoke about this, and he had indicated, you know, his thoughts on it. I wasn't aware that he came to the commissioners. But again, like I said, this was just, what prompted this was the email directly from NDOT regarding the extension of the reclassification. We can certainly look at going through down County Line Road.
I think that's the best alternative, Jay, I'm gonna be honest with you, because
Okay.
I don't feel that's right for the state to put that onto adjoining county, you know, because like, say, if this had been 5 years ago, that'd be a dirt road yet.
Yep.
You know, we just converted that to chip and seal. We did not go through and build that road like it should have been built. And I don't think it's fair that the state tries to tie local entities from improving your infrastructure just because the neighboring counties, it don't make sense there. I mean, at some point, you gotta stop that.
No, I understand.
Okay.
I understand what you're saying.
Okay, commissioners, any desire to move on this?
I'm always hesitant to second guess the department head, and I'm certainly hesitant to second guess Dan Avery, so.
I don't second guess Dan. No.
Feel the same.
Okay,
Okay, well, I appreciate you for your time, and I'll certainly let the city of Condoville and Noble County know, and I'll look at going down County Road to US 6, Ben. That's a good suggestion. I appreciate it.
that'd make a lot more sense. That
I
road
understand.
needs- That road has a lot of traffic, it needs redone.
Well, I'll talk to Zach about that, too.
Yeah, and that's on Noble County, that's not on us.
Yeah, no,
part of
I
the county
understand.
line.
All right, thank you.
You bet.
Thanks.
Hey, Todd,
Yes.
if I can get my packet of paper back, I'll keep it for going
Okay.
forward.
Yep.
Thank
You
you.
mean I don't get to keep it?
Not this time. Do I let you keep anything? No.
No.
You guys have anything else for me on that?
No, thank you for
No,
that.
thank you.
Phil.
Appreciate that.
I was disappointed that I get the email when I'm sitting here, I meant to email this to you. I,
Yeah, now that should put it to bed,
yep.
get it out of your
So I
hair.
appreciate, guys, if you got any more questions, let me know, and if you do need the dates I spoke to you on it, let me know, I'll get it to you.
No, I think we're good. Thanks, Ben.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Have a good day.
Catch you later, Ben.
Good day, everybody.
Okay.
So
Bro-
what was that guy's name?
Jay,
That one was Jay?
Jay,
I have it here.
yeah,
That's good.
that was Jay.
Okay.
Okay. Next on the agenda, Brownfield Grant RFP discussion.
And Tom. And Chris.
He knows more about it than I do. Hi, guys.
Chris? Hey, Anton.
We have a request for proposals, and Anton can give the backstory to this, but it's for brownfield assessments in DeKalb County. We were awarded $500,000 from the EPA to assess brownfields here in DeKalb County. Doesn't limit to just unincorporated DeKalb County. It could include municipalities as well. But the county was awarded the dollars, held by the auditor's office. And I don't remember when you came.
It was back in March of this year.
Yeah, so in March,
13th.
we came to request to apply for that grant, got the grant. Now we are moving forward with the RFP process to get a consultant to help us with administer the grant money.
This is one we worked on in economic development, right?
Correct,
With the
correct.
gentleman that helped us do it, can't remember his name.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
all right,
Yep.
yeah,
And so there's been a kind of a lag in time, right?
right.
Hurry up, submit all the information, wait. The EPA got back with us, said we were awarded those funds, 500,000, as Chris stated. And so now starts the timeline of issuing out the RFP process. And so before you is a draft RFQ for the Brownfield Assessment Grant that's been put together by Colin in our office and talking with some neighboring communities in Indiana that have recently received brownfield dollars. And then in talking with a few experts in the area to put that RFQ together. So that's been put together. I was going to say that just to rehash, since I know it's been a while since I've been in front of you to talk on brownfields, but again, yeah, dating back from March 11th when we presented, we were awarded. So now it's time for the RFP process to secure that environmental consultant. Again, the grant's for $500,000 to be used on phase 1 environmental work across DeKalb County and the municipalities within. If you'll remember, the reason we went with a countywide application is because some of our smaller communities that have some brownfield potential sites and their communities would be too small to apply themselves. So that's why we went with a countywide approach. And just as a refresher, that kind of lead team of this application and process has been myself, Susan, Chris, and then the rest of the Economic Development Office through that program. The timeline, if you will, goes, so this grant will be active. So the grant timeline officially started October 1st of this year, so this past month, and will be live until September 30th of 2028. So it's a four-year time period. And yeah, really the next steps in the process is we've had a number of calls with our EPA contact is to procure a contractor, which is where we're at today. And then we'll report back once that is vetted through the process, through the RFQ process. We'll inform the EPA of who said contractor is, and then we'll have a series of meetings with the EPA. And then once we have that, we'll start our actual site work in determining eligibility of a number of sites. So that's some historical context and kind of where we're at in the process.
Okay.
That's it. So we'll just need you guys to allow us to move forward with the RFP process. And then when we select a consultant, we'll come back before commissioners for that consultant as well. Or consultant recommendation, I guess. Contract.
Comments, questions, advice?
It did go
You'll
before.
open all that stuff.
Sorry?
You'll open all the bids and stuff here with them.
Yeah. And we'll, it
How
did
much
go.
is it anticipated to be as far as the bid for the contract?
Oh,
It's hard to, probably depends on the site.
It
right?
depends, I mean, essentially, we have $500,000 to use towards the program.
Yeah.
That contractor is paid, on a draw off of those funds, so it's all really project dependent.
But
Have
they'll
we
probably,
identified the projects?
So going into it, we had, I believe, 5 or 6 sites listed in the work plan.
I remember we talked about it.
But also knowing that some of those sites may not be eligible once they dig into them to find out, and then we'll be able to open it up to, if there's an inquiry from, a landowner or a municipality in the adjacent area or any territory that's in the county, then that can go through that process. But yeah, we identified at the time, see if I can pull that up, what those sites were.
Is this only for phase 1? They'll only pay for phase 1 expenditures, or?
So it's primarily tied to the discovery of phase 1.
Okay.
And then if there are funds available that would allow it to, we could tap in for phase 2
Okay, all
sites that deems appropriate. But for instance, let's see here. Identified a bus garage, I believe in Waterloo. Former bus garage, vacant lot. We have vacant commercial buildings, I believe in Butler was identified. Former foundry, like the Bond Aluminum property in Butler. Potentially the former Auburn foundry site that's, owned by the Schweitzers. But if, some of that area has not been developed yet, because it still just sits as it is, but that could, actually have funds to determine what the if there is contamination and what steps needed to be placed to take place to do that. So.
Anything else? Would you entertain a motion?
Chris, are you heading this then? Is this,
Not necessarily. I mean, the three of us, Susan,
working
myself,
together.
Anton in his office.
Okay.
We'll work together to, we'll open the bids here, take them under advisement, and then look at each bid based off of the criteria of the RFP. Obviously, we're not taking technically the lowest bid here.
Right.
It does have to go through the RFP review process, but, no, not necessarily. So if like, there's a project in Auburn, it might be Anton working with Susan to pay the contractor through the city of Auburn, or if it's Butler, do it that way. If it is in DeKalb County, we'll work with me for that case, but, yeah.
I'd make a motion to let Anton and Chris get this RFP process going.
And Susan.
And Susan.
Make her do the work too.
Yeah.
Don't leave her out.
And who else would like to be named in this project? So, but yeah, I'd make that motion.
I'll second.
A motion and a second on the floor. Are there any additional comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carries.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.
It was good. Okay, back down to DART compliance visit reminder.
Yeah, I gotta talk to Tracy yet. I'll handle it. I have to visit Tracy Bell there and walk through the building and look at the garage. Talk about Thanksgiving turkey.
Okay.
I'll handle it.
Hey,
It'll get done.
last thing on
Might be
the,
December 30th, but it will get done.
Just a reminder.
last thing on the printed is 2025 commissioner meeting schedule approval. If we get a chance to look at that, I've sent it to both the new commissioners. Seemed like it was okay with, since they're
Good with them, it's good with
involved in.
me.
So just so you know, when I send out all your meeting stuff, Jim and Kellen both get it now because we have them in the
Oh,
group,
they're
so that they're getting things as we go.
Okay. Thank you.
And I put it in the email, but there were three days in there that would be a Tuesday,
Yeah,
just so everybody's aware.
that works out better with the claims and everything. And
Yeah.
Oh, so you changed the date.
So if I do it in this manner, then you'll be here when you need to be here to approve payroll like we normally do. And then Leanne's working to adjust so that we can do claims at the same time so that
makes
it's
sense.
not an off
Yeah, I think that's
approval.
Makes sense.
a good plan. It'll work out well. Okay, motion?
I'll move to approve the 2025 meeting schedule for the Board of Commissioners.
And I will second.
Okay, motion and second. Comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carries. Sheriff Thomas, you have something that,
He's just here to listen.
okay.
However, he did respond about the fire thing.
I think you and I are meeting later this week, aren't we? Tuesday, okay. Yep, Tuesday afternoon. At your office, I think, yeah. Yep.
Okay, any additional discussions, miscellaneous topics? Todd,
I really don't have anything.
Mike? Andrew?
I don't think so, but I'll take a look here.
Susan?
I do not believe so.
Well done. I've got one. Christmas for the employees. We did the pies last year.
Well, we did gift certificate.
For a pie.
We did for anything.
Oh, was it for anything?
Well,
From
it
that
was-
bakery or,
From Dutch
Dutch
Heritage.
Heritage,
So it
yeah.
was a gift certificate, they could get whatever they wanted.
yeah. I liked that idea. I thought people appreciated that, but what'd you think of it, Susan? I mean,
Thought it was fine.
okay. I'd probably just do that again if it was me. Keep it simple.
Okay. Everybody a coupon?
Yeah, I think
We
so.
did, was when,
What was the amount last time? I remember $18 or something like that. Was it 20? Okay. Or we figured a pie was $18 or something, so we did 20. I mean, we good with 20 again, or
Your guys' call.
should be okay?
They just make it happen.
motion?
I make a motion that we do a $20 gift certificate as a Christmas gift to all employees.
Dutch Heritage.
Uh-huh.
Dutch Heritage.
Yeah, for Dutch Heritage, yes.
A second.
A motion and second on the floor. Comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. That's all I have.
And I messaged Sandy, so Sandy is here now.
Okay. Let's
So
go
quiet.
on with Sandy then.
She snuck in.
So quiet.
Good morning. I'm Sandy Wilcox, County Treasurer. Wanted to talk to you about two items, but the first one has to do with the travel policy that you guys, your ordinance that you put back in '23, specifically how meals are reimbursed to the county employees. There just appears to be some inconsistencies, and maybe it's just how it's been interpreted. But within the ordinance itself, it defines that travel expenses are based upon or are for authorized meetings, conventions, and conferences. And but then when you talk about the $40 a day meal reimbursement, it says it's for seminars only. I had a claim that was recently turned down because we had gone down to the AIC, my first deputy and myself, had gone down to Belterra for AIC. We went down a day early. We visited 3 other counties while we were down there to talk about some issues, how they handle innkeeper's tax, how judgments are handled within the office. It's been a practice in my office where we would go surrounding these conferences. We would go, the prior day, visit local counties, do best practice reviews, and we have gained a ton of information for our offices. We've updated processes. We've probably visited maybe half of our counties that way. And I can tell you there's probably not one county visit that we went to that we did not come back and change something in our office. It's just, you pick from them what they do well, and you bring it back and you apply it. This was no exception. We actually came back, changed how we did judgments. We also are changing innkeeper's tax for how that's handled in the county as a whole. So the discrepancy within the policy says, because it wasn't a seminar that we were at, that my meal allowance for that day was not approved. We went down on Sunday on our own time so that we could, because we had meetings scheduled at 9, 11, and 1 o'clock for that next day. Tried to get the biggest bang for our buck as far as reaching out to counties we typically would not have been able to visit because they weren't local. So I guess I don't understand why there is that disparity. When you look at, for seminars, there's other travel within the county. We have vendor meetings. That's not considered a seminar? Those, are we not paying meals for?
Which ones? What meetings?
Vendors, if I go down and visit a vendor, or, they offer, training. Technically, within the definition of that, that's not meal reimbursement. If the highway department had to go pick up a piece of equipment, that wouldn't be covered because there's no, that's not a seminar. Same way if, the sheriff's department had to pick up a car or prisoner from someplace that was out of state. Technically, that doesn't fit within that definition, and meals are not allowed. So I'd really like for you to look at that and, provide some consistency, because the policy itself says that you'll pay for, travel as long as it's within county business. What we did was county business, and so we shouldn't have to suffer from that. So.
The AIC conference, is there a reason those ladies from those other counties couldn't make it to the conference and meet you there? They're not very far away from the conference, the way it looks. Why wouldn't they come to the conference and meet you there?
Well, the 2 of the counties that we went to did not go to AIC.
Why not?
I'm not sure why. I mean, that was their call. I don't know why they didn't. But when you go into their offices, we they pulled books, and we looked at spreadsheets and different things within their office that even if they had been to the conference, we wouldn't have been able to be privy to that information. They shared those spreadsheets with us. So, I guess if that's the policy, that it has to be tied to a seminar, it needs to be done consistent across the board. And I don't feel it is.
Thoughts, commissioners? We can tighten up the policy, make it consistent if we have to, we need to.
When are we not being consistent on this policy? What have we paid for before that we shouldn't have, according to the policy?
Well, if it's seminar, training, for one thing, we paid for a seminar or training for someone who went down, the day before a training that took place at 1 o'clock. We paid for hotel and hotels for that particular seminar or training session.
Where was that training at?
That would have been for mine. That was my auditor's conference in French Lick this year, and we went on Monday. We did not pay for the hotel because I'm on the auditor's board, and so the Auditors Association board pays for the hotel for the entire week, and Jody and I share a room. And so I took her with me on that Monday so that she was not driving. We both weren't driving 4 hours to French Lick.
You generally go to this meeting?
This was Auditor State Called Conference, and yeah, we always do the day before Association of Indiana Counties.
So were you asking for your meals the day before for both of you too?
For Monday night, we reimbursed the meals.
Monday night?
With the seminar, the training starting on Tuesday and State Called starting on Wednesday.
Where was this meeting at?
French Lick.
I'm of the opinion that I think it was written to keep travel specific to what needs to be done, and we have to pay for what needs to be done. If we choose to do extra, which is a good thing, you're learning something, but where do you draw the line if someone says, well, I went 3 days early because I wanted to go here, here, and here? You have to eventually draw a line and say, hey, this is the policy. In other words, if the next person says, well, I want to spend 2 extra days doing something just to learn some stuff, but it's not required, I just think it opens up a can of worms of people just wanting to go whenever they want.
Well,
And I'm not knocking you. I'm just looking for a taxpayer position here, saying, in my company, if someone travels, it better be pretty specific. And
well, I believe that in my opinion, we all have ours, the travel should, if you pay for the overnight lodging, you should also pay for the meals. It makes sense to me. If that travel required a hotel stay, then it should be accompanied by the meal reimbursement. The way the policy is written, you'd pay for the hotel, but you wouldn't pay for the meals.
Would that be one meal or several meals if you go the night before? We're talking just one meal?
The way the policy is written, it's $40 a day,
Yeah, it's a
Right.
per diem.
not
It's a per diem. it's
actual.
not
we try to keep that simple, of course, instead of producing receipts and all that goes. I'm probably biased. I'm not a big travel person, but I know you learn a lot when you do the stuff.
You don't if you don't invest in your employees by upgrading their training, you're never going to exceed what you currently have. You're going to do it the same way it's always been done.
Right.
Well, I do tend to agree, although I'm kind of on the fence a little here on seeing both sides, but I do agree that if we're going to cover the hotel, we ought to cover the meals. That's part would be consistent. Paying one and denying the other, I'm not sure makes a lot of sense to me.
When do we decide when a hotel is necessary? In other words, if you have French Lick's a little bit of a drive, of course, and so is, but let's say you have a meeting in Indianapolis at noon. Does that justify the night before having a hotel?
It is, lodging is
Not really.
We have meeting locations located less than 60 miles away from the employee's place of work in DeKalb County will be considered upon request on case-by-case basis. If the one-way distance exceeds 60 miles but does not exceed 120 miles, overnight accommodations either for the night before such program begins or the night when the program ends. If the one-way distance exceeds 120 miles, overnight accommodation both the night before the program and the night of are allowed.
Where was yours at?
French Lick.
Yours was at French Lick?
No,
Belterra.
Belterra.
which is
Same
Which is worse
distance.
than
same
French Lick.
distance, very similar, down on the Ohio River.
That was for AIC, right?
Yeah, it was AIC. We put this in the front end. AIC started Tuesday, Monday night.
And you did not stay the last night, you guys.
Right, correct. We came home that same night.
Well, I'm thinking, it's something that could be changed in the handbook, but I think we got to go to the handbook for now. But I think, if there wants to be a discussion on changing it, I'm open to discussion, but I think we have to go with what's written at this point.
I think I have to agree. I was present the same thought that in this situation, we have to go with the handbook. If we need to make adjustments, changes to the handbook, that's what we need to do.
Yeah, because I can see
Well, it'll be
the
an amendment.
ambiguity that you're talking about, but it is what it is.
Well, and I'm okay with, as long as we clarify it going forward.
Sure.
I mean, I think if you pay for the overnight hotel, you should pay for the meals. Either that or you're going to have to go back on a case-by-case judgment. I'm picking up a car or, it doesn't make any sense. It needs to be consistent.
I agree. I would recommend that we put that change into motion so that we have that consistency. I mean, you can make a case either way for whether we should reimburse Sandy and Joni's meals, but
I would suggest if there's travel the day before and motel, that we allow $20 for one meal. If it's the day before
Oh, I see what
travel.
you're saying, because it's not a daily, it's just spending the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's something I think that would be a good compromise to talk about, but I think, like I said, we need to make the changes, and then we got to stick to the rules we have now, but if there needs to be changes, I agree, it needs to be consistent.
Okay, I'm okay with that. And while I was here, I just wanted to, I come before you a couple weeks ago to talk about courthouse security. And I did have a nice, and because I was here, I just thought I'd bring you up to date. I had a nice conversation with Judge Grimm concerning courthouse security. We both are in agreement. We're not in favor of opening it up to the south side. He didn't necessarily, he wasn't in favor of having security, having employees come through. But at the same time, he said he would not take exception to it. I did learn, and I'm sure you guys know, but I didn't know that we have a courthouse security committee. And I think this would be a great topic for them to discuss, which I believe the judges are part of it. You guys are part of it. And, if that's the next step, I would like to help champion that so that employees aren't having to go through the scrutiny that we are currently going through.
I suppose that's,
We've actually kind of already have that handled, so
Yeah.
just, we'd kind of like to.
Going to be meeting with Brady
Yeah.
later this week, with
Yeah.
the sheriff.
Yeah,
Thomas.
that's all
Okay.
news, yeah, but thank
Okay.
you.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you.
Yep, have a good day.
okay. Anything else? No.
Chiller working okay, Sheriff, and everything? Okay.
Anything else? I've asked, I give Ann 40 time at 11:15, she's not here yet. I didn't think we'd be done early with it.
Well, I would really like some time to read this book and what she has instead of,
Yeah, I would too.
I asked her, please just give me the information and not schedule an appointment.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
she's kind of pushed into that. And while I support her and want to hear, I really need time to digest what she has here before making any decisions or,
I would agree with that.
plus
too, 'cause-
I'd want to talk to Dr. Souter. I want to talk to everyone in the health department. And
Yep.
I think you can get information overload when, yeah. But I'd like to, I appreciate her bringing this, but I just assume we not discuss it today, especially without the health. Don't want to blindside our health department.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll wait around and have a conversation with her and,
Yeah, I think I'd be fine. And I told her, I said, be happy to talk to you anytime, but please just send me the information, let me digest it, and then let's talk,
Okay.
you know. She's very passionate, and I appreciate that, but
Yeah,
I'm
maybe-
a little bit slow at digesting stuff, so I need a little time.
it takes time.
Well, all that information is
Yeah.
particularly emotional coming from her.
Yeah,
I like to digest things on more of a logical,
Yeah.
factual basis than
Yeah.
getting bombarded.
Okay, then, if there's nothing else, I would declare this meeting adjourned.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you, Bill.